The Ward Theater is still there in Pismo Beach. The Hot Shot Billiards is on the lower floor. This was the feature in August of 1934. Check out those ticket prices. Well, there's the feature, and there's the poster for the feature. And by golly, here's a star, James Cagney, sitting on a 14-inch naval gun barrel. What in the world is he doing there? Well, let's look at the trailer for the film.
Movie fans, here comes the most thrilling picture ever filmed about the adventures of Uncle Sam's Navy. See the entire fleet in action preparing to defend the nation. Hundreds of ships and planes and sensational battle practice. And get ready for a broadside of rollicking romance when those snappy blue jackets step out to capture the girls in every port. Yes, sir, you'll all want to see James Cagney and Pat O'Brien in Here Comes the Navy.
They're coming to get you. Wait a minute, sailor. Wait a minute. Take it easy. Now, when I'm ashore, I'll grab you a carriage by taking off this coat and setting that little fight. When you're aboard, remember you're in the Navy. And I'm your senior officer. And from now on, call me Mister.
Whenever a film in the 30s called for two Irishmen, Cagney and O'Brien showed up. But the real star of the film, for our purposes, was this battleship. This is a stern view of the USS Arizona. To the right of the frame, that's Tennessee, and to the left, Texas. When that movie came out, even 3 years later, war seemed something that was far away on distant continents. And of course, that wasn't the case. Only 4 years after those headlines, Arizona would tie up at Pearl Harbor for the last time. And only 2 days later,
there will be a complete blackout tonight at 11 o'clock. That blackout is not only for the city of Seattle, it includes every light between the California border, or rather the Mexican border, and the Canadian border. That is in the states of Oregon, Washington, and California. Every farmhouse, every light of any kind in that area must be out by 11 o'clock.
So we have connections to the ship in the James Cagney, Pat O'Brien movie, and they're intimate. But our connections go back even farther. This is in the San Luis Cemetery. It's a Civil War Dahlgren gun, 32-pounder. And if a shot from a Dahlgren gun hits you, it's going to ruin your whole day. And this is the Jamestown, a sloop of war on which an Arroyo Grande sailor named Bill Ash served during the Civil War. By the time of the Civil War, he was a veteran sailor and acquired 2 tattoos. On one hand were his initials, and on the other was a ballerina. Jamestown was charged with enforcing the Union blockade, but also did time in the Gulf of Alaska, protecting whalers, an important industry in the 1860s, from Confederate commerce raiders. This is the most famous of those commerce raiders, Alabama, and it's just set fire to a whaling ship. Well, the Dahlgren gun would do Alabama in. And of all places, off the coast of Cherbourg, France. The Union sloop of war Kearsarge and her Dahlgren guns would sink the ship. This is a painting by the man who would progress into Impressionism, Edouard Manet. And this dapper-looking man is Bill Ash, who served on the sloop of war Jamestown, who would have known the Dahlgren gun, who would have known duty at sea, but his most famous exploit came in the Union assault on Fort Fisher, North Carolina, which fell to soldiers, Marines, and sailors like Bill Ash. Like many Civil War veterans, Bill would get into trouble after the war. There was no such term as PTSD, but 2/3 of the inmates in American penitentiaries in 1880 were Civil War veterans. Bill's problem was alcohol. And the local veterans organization, the GAR, Grand Army of the Republic, when Bill died, they were still looking for the evidence of his bravery that day at Fort Fisher. He had probably pawned it.